Harvey is the first hurricane to make landfall in Texas since 2008, when a Category 2 hurricane hit Galveston and Houston. Meteorologist Brittany Begg says there's a time frame in which hurricanes are more common. She continues our team coverage.
Well, we're talking about the hurricane season for the Atlantic and the Gulf, which starts on June 1st and it lasts until November 1st. But from August to October, that's where we have the greatest chance for tropical formation and when we typically see some of the stronger storms occur. Now, what we look for are the warm sea surface temperatures, and it usually occurs later in the season because, just like land, it takes a little bit longer for things to get going. Even though summer officially begins in June, we really don't get our hot temperatures until July and August. Similar case with the Gulf. Now, you can see temperatures today very warm in the mid to upper 80s. So the warmer the temperature, the greater chance it will be fueling energy to provide energy for those hurricanes and for tropical formation. We also look for wind shear, but weak wind shear, the opposite than severe weather. Usually with severe weather, you want directional and speed wind shear. You really don't want that for the formation of tropical formation. So a lot of wind shear occurring, especially where you're seeing those purples. But where we're not seeing it, coming off of Africa, a little bit of, it looks like Hurricane Center is watching a disturbance there. So you don't want wind shear for tropical storms to develop. We also need something like a trigger, like a front or like a jet coming off, a little wave coming off of the African easterly jet. So that's what we're seeing. This is where they typically do start to form. 16 days ago, on August 13th, a wave developed off of Africa and it tracked through the Caribbean for the next 8 days before making it into the Gulf. 3 days later, it became a Cat 1 hurricane. It took only a day for Harvey to peak as a Category 4 hurricane before making landfall at Rockport. Now, ironically, 12 years ago today, Hurricane Katrina hit Buras and New Orleans. It was the storm surge and the wind that produced the most damage. Storm surge reached 18 to 22 feet. I've seen values up to 28 feet, and that resulted in $110 billion in damages. But take a look at the rainfall, 5 to 15 inches of rain. Comparing this to Harvey, Harvey has produced 3 to 10 times more rainfall, and that's because of the very, very slow movement in this system. Paul will be back later in this newscast with any more new information regarding Harvey. Back to you.
Brittany Beggs, thank you. We have an entire section dedicated to stories on the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. Head over to our website, WRCBTV.com, for full details.